What's the easiest way to make money with AI going into 2026 starting from zero? Now, I do want to make it super clear that there is no such thing as get rich quick or get rich easy, but there is such a thing as getting rich quicker or easier. And as someone who's made over $1.1 million through a SaaS agency hybrid, I'm going to share with you the top way that I would use AI to start making money completely from scratch. Now, there are a bunch of different ways that you can do this. And if anyone's saying that there's only one way, they probably want to sell you something. And so in this video, I'm going to walk through what I like to call AI demand generation. And the best part about AI demand generation is that not only can you use this to get clients for yourself, but it's going to be the same exact thing that you use to get clients for your clients. And with that being said, let's dive right in. All right, so there's a couple things that every single business needs. Just like you need to eat, sleep, and breathe, businesses need marketing, sales, and fulfillment. So whenever you're thinking about what service to provide, you always want to think in one of those three areas. Reason being, if your service is something that everyone needs, number one, it's not going to be that hard to actually get clients. And then number two, if you can actually do a great job, you'll land clients and then you'll have them for a very, very long time as they won't churn because they really, really need your service. On the other hand, since they really need your service to work, if you don't do a good job, they'll get rid of you very, very quickly. And so yes, you do need to be really good at what you do in order for this to work as best as possible. Okay, so what is AI demand generation? It's the art of making strangers curious enough to check out your product or service without begging, spamming, or chasing them. And if you can master the skill, you'll probably never go broke because you'll know how to create demand for virtually any business. Now, there's definitely a bunch of different ways that you can do AI demand generation. You can run ads for people and use AI to help you come up with creatives or different angles. You can create content and have AI either repurpose stuff or help you script things out. But obviously these aren't the most beginner friendly. And I'd argue that there's one thing that is even more valuable than both of these skills combined. Based on my experience, the easiest, meaning the smartest way to make money through AI demand generation is to do AI assisted outreach. Let me just explain this really quickly. Just imagine this. Instead of creating content every single day, spending thousands of dollars on ads or on coming up with new ad creatives, you essentially just let AI do all the heavy lifting. It helps you find your ideal customers. It'll write messages that will actually get replies. And not only that, but it actually sends out all these messages at scale on complete autopilot. And this isn't about spamming people. It's about sending hyper-personalized, valuable messages using AI. And these messages actually start conversations that then turn into leads, that then turn into sales, that then turn into cash in your pocket. And this is the exact strategy that we use to take Drippy from zero to over $1 million in sales, all without being famous, without spending money on ads, and without having a big audience. And so if I were starting from zero today, this is exactly what I'd do. First, I'd come up with a very, very clear offer. If you're just starting out, you're going to want to do one of two things. Number one, you can either just do work for free completely, or you can build an offer that's completely pay on results. You got to remember that when you're first starting out, no one will trust you. And so you have to make it super easy for people to say yes, because again, you've never gotten anyone else results. And so you just have to make it as risk-free as possible for whoever it is that you're pitching. The idea behind this is that you're going to start collecting case studies, you're going to start collecting testimonials, and you're going to get a bunch of experience. And if you're good, then these same exact clients that you started off doing work for free for, they will start paying you because you're doing a great job and they want to keep you on. And so that's the first thing. Either you're working completely for free or you're getting everything set up for free, you're doing everything for free, and then you're just charging based on results after they happen. And so for this video, our offer is going to be generating high quality leads for a specific type of business, right? On a complete pay on results basis. We're not going to be doing it completely for free. We're going to be doing it on a pay on results basis. Now, what this means is it's either you're going to charge whenever your client closes someone or whenever they hop on a qualified meeting with someone that you set up for them. The next thing you're going to have to do, which I hinted to before, is picking a niche. I don't really care what niche you pick. You just want it to be an industry that you would like to work with, okay? Ideally, you have some sort of experience with that niche, but that doesn't need to necessarily be the case. And now going back to our offer is going to be we generate high quality leads for early stage B2B SaaS companies on a complete pay on results basis, okay? And so now that we have our offer, we've picked our niche, now we're going to have to select an outreach channel because remember, we're doing AI demand generation and more specifically, we're doing AI assisted outreach. Now, the most effective ones today are going to be Twitter outreach, LinkedIn, cold email, Instagram, and Facebook. And in this case, we'll walk through how to get things set up for Twitter specifically. Reason being, with Twitter, it's super easy to whip up a couple accounts. And if you go to Twitter Terms of Service, you'll find that every single one of your accounts can send up to 500 messages per day. So just think about the sheer volume on that. Plus, the only people that are actually playing this game are people that are verified. And so you can forget all the spammers because they're not playing the Twitter game. They don't want to spend the extra $8 per account just to get verified. And so that makes it way more likely for your prospects to actually read your message. Plus, you get the added benefit of instant credibility. What does that mean? Essentially, whenever someone gets your message, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to click on your profile. And if your profile is well optimized, which it really should be, then people will see that you're an authority in your space based off of what they see. And again, it's going to make it way more likely for people to actually reply. You don't need to copy and paste your domain into the search bar. They can literally just click one button, see your whole profile, and then decide whether or not to reply. And this is such a game changer when it comes to actually having leverage in one of these conversations. All right, so now that we have our offer, we have our niche, we know where we're going to be doing outreach, now we need to scrape leads. And so you can do this manually for yourself or for your clients by simply going into ChatGPT and asking it who the main authorities in your specific niche are. So for example, we'll open up ChatGPT and just ask it, who would early stage SaaS founders follow on Twitter? Now let's see what it comes up with. Here we go. So we got Jason Lemkin, who I think SaaS Metrics, Thomas, Patrick Campbell, Nathan Barry, I know is the Kit guy. Jason Lemkin, I think runs SaaStr. Let's actually, can you give me their Twitter handles? There we go. Let's see if it will actually give us their Twitter handles. For the most part, these will be accurate. All right, so now all we need to do is we need to take some of these usernames. We're going to go into Twitter. We're just going to search him up. We are going to open up his profile, and then we're going to go into his followers. Now, either you can do followers you follow, you can do verified followers, which is what I recommend. And I also highly recommend that you go into the people that he follows, because those are going to be super, super high quality. Now, what you can do is you can just open up a Google Sheet. Now you can start adding guys in here that you'd want to reach out to. So for example, here we go. I built Tech and Go After Ideas, co-founder CEO. This looks making software self-supporting. So this looks like a SaaS company. So we're going to go in here, we're going to take him. Now we're going to paste him into our Google Sheet. Now we're going to go back in here, founder and CEO, capital, so not so much. XAI, bootstrap founder, making merch people want to keep, fintech operator, CEO, No Bank Society. So CTO at Tice.ai. So this looks AI agent. So there we go. We have another one in here. And essentially you just want to keep repeating this process where every person that you add to your list, then you're going to go into their followers, into their verified followers, and then you're just going to keep building this list. So Telly HQ, this is definitely another, yeah, there we go. And then this is how you're going to start building up your list. Now, this is obviously if you want to do it manually, but I'm about to show you how I like to do it, and so that you don't have to spend all day just manually scraping these guys. So you can use a tool like Drippy.ai, and all you need to do is after you've started your free trial, you can go into leads, you go into new lead source, lead scraper. And now instead of going into their followers, all you need to do is you are just going to take their Twitter link. Then we're going to go back into Drippy account source. We're going to paste it in here. And now it's going to start scraping all of their followers. So you can decide if you want to do followers or following, or if you want to do both, we're going to hit add a source. We're going to hit next. And now we can add as many filters as we'd like. Okay. So for example, if you go back and we look at these guys, let's look at what keywords these guys have in their bio. So I built co-founder and CEO. So we're going to add those two in here. So we're going to do word. We're going to do co-founder. We're going to do CEO. And now we are going to look at these other guys that we scraped manually very quickly. CTO, so we're going to add a CTO as well. Now we are going to open up the last one. And then let's see, co-founder and CEO. So we're just going to do this other one. And then there we go. So we got, and now this actually isn't going to let us. So we're going to do a phrase so that we can do the hyphen. There we go. Now we hit apply, and now we are all good to go. You're going to see that this list is going to start filtering down. Now to add an extra layer of quality, what you can do, so here, for example, it just layered it out. it just filtered out 86% of people. So now we have a list of 29,000 that follow this account right here or are followed by that account and have one of these 4 keywords in their bio. Now to filter this down even more, what we can do is we can go to number of followers, and let's say we only wanted to reach out to people that have more than 1,000 followers. We can just add that filter, and that's gonna go down from 29,000 to, let's see how many it goes down to. So there we go. It actually took out 1,000 people. So now you have a super, super high quality list of leads. We're gonna hit next. Now we're just gonna give our lead source a name. So we're gonna do SaaS Demo YouTube. We're gonna hit save. And now just like that, we literally just scraped 19,000 leads, or obviously it's importing. And then once it's done importing, you can just download this list and you can take it anywhere. But I'm gonna show you how you can use this tool right here to actually automate the sending and the AI personalized messages. But before we get into that, I wanna talk about the perfect outreach message, because that's the next part, right? We have our offer, we have our niche, now we have our leads. Now we need to figure out how to reach out to them. So something that Alex Hormozi always says whenever he's talking about outreach is that the best campaigns have maximum personalization and maximum volume. And that's the perfect combination of cold DMs. And now I'm gonna show you how to actually do this whenever you're doing Twitter outreach. So if you're doing this manually, you can just add any of these personalized lines that I have right here that myself and the team put together to help you personalize everything super, super quickly if you're doing everything manually, right? And these are my favorite 9. So if the company you're reaching out to had a recent funding round, we're just gonna say, hey, congrats on recent XYZ round. If they just, I don't know, maybe they got an award for, I don't know, best customer support or whatever, hey, congrats on best customer support. Hey, or their tech stack, maybe you figured out that they are using a specific piece of tech and you are a competitor. And so you're letting them know that like, hey, I noticed you're using XYZ piece of tech, and then whatever your pitch is. Competitors, hey, notice you compete with competitor. This is typically really good because it'll really get their attention. Recent launch, hey, congrats on launching XYZ. Hey, saw your post about XYZ topic on Twitter. Hey, notice you've worked with XYZ client, new hires in their company or competitor success. This one is the one that stings the most. So if you reach out to someone and say like, hey, notice your competitor achieved XYZ thing and thought you might want to discuss how we could do the same for you, like that is an absolute machine. And so what you can do is you can start putting this together with ChatGPT. So for example, let's say that we wanted to reach out to Irina right here. So we're just gonna prompt ChatGPT and we are going to give it these 9 personalizations so that it can actually give us something. So so I want to reach out to this person on Twitter. Can you build me a personalized first line with the templates below? Make sure you do enough research on her. Here's her website as well. So we obviously just want to help the AI out as much as we can. So Telly AI. And now we are going to take the personalizations. We're going to go in here and we're going to paste that. Now we're going to hit go and now we're going to see what it comes up with. Okay, here we go. So congrats on closing your pre-seed round for Telly. It's a big step for building autonomous AI agents in content marketing. Hey, really impressed by how Telly AI bootstrapped hardware sales with inbound marketing. I mean, these you can obviously tell they're AI, but it's gonna do a bunch of the research for you, which is great. So for example, curious how you see yourself versus companies like Jasper or Copy, right? So it dug up a couple of their competitors. These can start to get really interesting. And obviously this is just the first round. You can prompt it or you can build a project to figure out how to make these in such a way that they actually turn out really, really good. But hey, saw your LinkedIn post about boosting hardware sales via inbound fasting. We'd love to hear how Context AI played into it. So this is a super conversational one that, I mean, this could work, right? If you set this would probably work. Hey, congrats on launching your AI agent. Hey, saw Telly's competing with Jasper and Copy. Hey, notice your tweet about, hey, really impressed. I think the biggest one or the easiest one would be this. Hey, congrats on closing your pre-seed round for Telly AI. And then instead of saying this, which is like super AI-y, if you will, then I'd probably say something like, hey, reason I'm reaching out is XYZ, and then talk about how you can help. right? But these are gonna be super easy ways to actually get your first line personalized, okay? And obviously you can spend all day just doing this manually, but that's not what I personally do because I have other things to do as a business owner. And so instead of doing it yourself and spending all day, you can either leverage people or you can leverage software to do it. And so I'm about to show you how you can leverage the tool that we used to scrape leads to also set up campaigns and send each one of our leads a highly personalized message on complete autopilot. So once again, if you hit the first link down below in the description, you get a free trial to Drippy.ai. And so now that we've scraped leads and these are importing, we're gonna go into automations here on the left-hand side of our screen. Now we're gonna hit add new, we're gonna select Coldium 2.0, we're gonna hit next, and now we're gonna have to select our lead source. So we are just gonna go for the one that we just scraped, so the Alex demo one. We're gonna hit next. Now we're gonna select script personalizer. Essentially what this means is that AI will enhance our message. If you select the AI generator right here, AI will completely take over and write your message completely. You can do that. I personally just like going for script personalizer. Now, right here, you'll see a couple different boxes, right? You want to select the advanced setting of GPT, just that it uses the best version. For context, you just want to give the AI a little bit of context about what it is that you do. So here, for example, if you were doing this for Drippy, we'd say, hey, I help businesses scale through Twitter outreach. Now for script, this is one of the best scripts we've ever ran. So I highly recommend you take a screenshot of this because I think you can take a bunch of ideas from it. So let me just read it and then I'll walk you through it. So it says, hey, hello, hi, first name. We're obviously using Spintax here. And then we're saying, I put together a list of 1,000 and then we're using AI to personalize it, okay? To personalize every single message that goes out. And we're using it here to figure out who our prospect's ICP is and then name dropping them. So we're saying, hey, I put together a list of 1,000 SaaS founders, right? Who might be interested in, and then once again, we're using AI to describe the prospect's product or service. So we're saying, hey, a particular list of 1,000 SaaS founders who might be interested in your AI demand generation services, right? So it's super, super personalized. There's literally no way that anyone knows that this isn't personalized. And you can do this at scale because you just set this up once and then the AI will do all of the heavy lifting for you. And we're ending it off with a super, super easy call to action. We're saying, hey, cool, if I send it over, it's really easy to say yes to. We're just giving value away from free. And so that's why this type of offer works really, really well. This is what we call a lead magnet, okay? You are giving a complete solution to a narrow problem, which is people need help finding leads. Now for settings, we typically keep it at around 1 creativity. We're gonna have split messages turned on just so that it looks a lot more natural. So these are gonna be sent out as 2 different messages. This is gonna be the first one, and then this is gonna be the second one right here. And now for settings, we are going to include website context, all websites turned on, include tweet context, all recent tweets, and we're gonna turn that on as well. Now we're gonna hit next. For variants, you can split test. So you can just hit add variant and then that will allow you to do that. For follow-ups, I typically just add a 1 follow-up 1 day later, and we are just going to do a question mark right there. We are going to hit next. Now, again, what's really nice about Twitter is you can send up to 500 messages per day. So we're gonna go ahead and set that up. And now for settings, you obviously wanna be skipping people that you've reached out to in the past. And then you want activity check to be turned on. So you're only reaching out to people that have been active within the last 2 weeks. So reply rates will naturally go up as you're only reaching out to people that are active. AI location check, we are going to turn on and we are going to do the United States right here. There we go. And obviously you can do like whatever your ICP is. AI language check, we are going to select English. And so now we have it set up to where we're only reaching out to people that follow one of the accounts that we gave it, that have one of those keywords, that have more than 1,000 followers, that are in the United States, have been active within the last 14 days, and have their profile in English, right? And so this is just such a killer campaign, and we're hitting them with highly personalized messages that are very, very valuable. And so if you set this up correctly, you will be getting a ton of replies, and now your issue is gonna be how you're gonna reply to all these guys. Now, just to get things finished off, you're gonna give your automation name. So I'm just gonna call this demo YouTube. I'm gonna select my personal account right here. Then you wanna hit create, and now you're gonna be sending these highly personalized messages to your very, very high quality list of leads. And so that's the easiest way for you to start making money with AI going into 2026. Not only will this bring you a bunch of clients, but this will also help you keep your clients because you're going to be getting them a bunch of new clients as well. Now, if you want to take it to the next level and actually scale your operation completely, you really want to watch this video because I walk through exactly how to do that. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.